Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick from the Atari 2600. I'm looking at a maze game called Shark Attack, which was published by Apollo in 1982. It's one of those mini games that's influenced by Pac-Man from the arcades in 1980 from NAMCO. But this time we've got a watery sort of like feel, and we're controlling a scuba diver who needs to collect diamonds and treasure instead of pellets, well they are pellets really, and return them to the centre of the screen, which is a shark cage. Every so often a shark at a random juncture like that in grey will go across and any collision with us and we will die. Okay, so navigation is a little... oh dear, yeah, I've died like that. So navigation is a little bit clunky. Looks like the scuba diver is a little bit too big for the maze, but we'll see how we get on. Now there's different modes of play on this one. On one of the modes you can close the shark cage in the middle, so if the shark comes across you don't get killed if you're in there. You only get points when you return the treasure to the centre of the screen. Okay, so other maze type Pac-Man variants on the Atari 2600 are Alien and Mousetrap, if you want to check those out as well. A few years prior to this game, the movie Jaws was released in theatres, so sharks were big business around about this time, so why not combine Pac-Man and sharks together? Amazing, that's the idea. That's where my lives have gone. Okay, there's one curious thing I read in the instructions here. As well as the scuba diver that you're controlling, and who gets stuck a lot, and the shark that goes across, every so often, if you dawdle, the Loch Ness Monster turns up. Now, what's the Loch Ness Monster doing in this tropical sea? I don't know. Maybe he's on holiday. He might turn up, he might nud. Apparently he's like a swirly pink sort of like thing that comes on. So you know what you're doing, don't you? Going around this clunky maze, trying to avoid eaten by sharks like that, and returning the treasure to the centre. And when you've collected all the diamonds and pearls, I think it goes on to another maze, which are probably exactly the same. Oh man, I'm not doing very well on this go. Right, come on. If you had this game back in the day, let me know. It isn't expert gameplay, it's dodgy gameplay and nincompoop chat all the way. We're stress busting, folks. Here we go. So I ain't got too many left here, but to say, there's no points unless you return to the middle. Now I'm not sure if you collect a certain amount of points or treasure, then it might unlock the Loch Ness Monster. There we go. Return it to the centre shark cage, which we can't close the door on this mode, so I might have to experiment with it, because we'd like to be immune to the shark for at least a little bit. I don't know what this maze is supposed to be. Maybe it's like a seaweed or something. That's why we keep getting stuck on the stuff. Don't expect that boat in the top right to move anytime soon, if indeed it is a boat. Might be a submarine, I don't know. I'm trying to predict when that shark's going to swim across, but it does seem complete and utter random, so you are vulnerable if you're by the side. So there's a small gap though between he comes at each time. The sound effect is a little bit grating when he goes across. That shark reminds me of something, you know. It doesn't look too dissimilar to that pterodactyl thing that goes across in Joust. But anyway, it might be completely different, just seems very similar. Right. Okay, come on scuba diving man. There we go, so we're collecting them all and then another load. It's exactly the same maze each time. So, as a kid I might have been entertained for a little while. In 1982 when this came out I was 7 or 8. So I might be entertained for a little while, but I think as an adult I'm bored very, very quickly. Is it better than the original Pac-Man on the Atari 600? Well, maybe. Let's try one of these other modes. Okay, my favourite maze game, Pac-Man orientated, is Alien, of course, because I just like the subject matter. There is another like sea-based Pac-Man clone on the Commodore 64 and the ZX Spectrum called Barracuda. I think you collect fish rather than actual treasure and stuff. Right, swimming along. But this is pretty much the whole game. See, I'm on that mode now. I can close the cage by pressing fire button, and if the shark goes over us at that point, we're immune because we're in a cage. It's I don't know if it's a great white shark. It's definitely a little bit grey, that's for sure. The sound effects when he comes across feels a little bit weird, but never mind. It's colourful enough. Green, blue, yellow, and a grey shark. That's about it really. I can't tell you too much more. If you watched this far into the video, please consider subscribing because that helps the thing grow. It's an immense competition, you know, and the longer they hit me here, the more videos I can put up. We've done over 3,000 reviews of various games. Yes, you heard that correctly, and other videos as well. So you know, I'm here to stay, that's for sure. So a big thank you for the members that are helping this thing keep running. I do work full time as well, so yes, you can imagine it's a little bit tricky to keep the thing going. But anyway, any comments on old videos and this one, I'll try to answer. I don't answer all of them, but I probably answer about 98% of the ones I don't tend to answer, ones I don't understand, or big long comments that go on forever. There we go. Never mind. The scuba diver is always yellow. Write that down in your book. See, I would have got killed by the shark then if I had not closed the shark cage. We're cooking, man. Well, sort of. You can't go up to the surface for air. Looks like the green. So that's the irony, isn't it? The scuba diver couldn't even escape if he wanted to. There's a big layer of slime over the top of the sea. If you are currently stuck underneath the sea under a big layer of slime and can't escape while a shark goes backward and forward trying to eat your bottom, then comment in the comment section below. Some other person might have some hints and tips for you in order to escape. If you've got a flamethrower or something, you probably burn through. Check your pockets. Oh man. There's only ever one shark going backward and forward. He eats everything in his path, including treasure. I don't know where all his mates are or where he is. We can't leave the screen like him. Scuba Dive, a great game on the ZX Spectrum. Not so good on the Commodore 64, but it didn't come out on this system. But yes, there are some scrolly sort of like games on this system, but they do tend to be mainly single screen ones. This is classic early retro sort of stuff you would have come across. I'm not sure it would have scored great back in the day because it doesn't quite work for me. Nice idea, but the maze is just too unuser friendly. There's times when I'm going up and down and there's not much escape from the shark because the shark's going across quite quickly. So you know, you haven't got much chance if that happens. But I'm on 33. As I say, don't score any points till you return to the centre. If you die before you return to the centre, you've just lost all those points you've got. So you can sort of like gamble on how many you want to collect. Come on, me stuff. But you know, there's no time limit at all. You can do 1 to 2 player. I'm the only player here, to be honest with you. There we go, 46. Get these full stops around here, and we're happening. Right, that's the whole maze done. What different maze we're going to have next time? How's it going to reconfigure? It isn't. So it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Oh man. Yeah, I'm a bit bored now. They're all come in cartridges, of course, so after a little while, I don't think this would have come out of the box too much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, I've lost my loads. Space Invaders is the same thing over and over again. For some reason, I find that more entertaining than this. You're sort of like shooting, sort of like stuff. I think I just see the flaws in this sort of thing. Yes. Scuba diving, yeah, it works better as like a Pac-Man game. Pac-Man is a good one to try and pick up on the Atari 2600, and Junior Pac-Man, where that one actually scrolls all over the place. But yeah, for me, Alien, really, that's the or Aliens. I can't remember if it's Alien singular or plural, but anyway, it's good. Reviewed it a couple of times. One was a revisited one when I had a better setup for reviewing Atari 2600 stuff. Boom. Big shout out to the members. Thank you, members, folks. If you want to see other Atari 2600 stuff, I don't think I mentioned this, everyone knows, but to get there, they're all in a playlist, all the Atari 2600 games we've reviewed, getting a fair number now. To get there, click on my username, takes to the channel page, click on the playlist tab, and Atari 2600 will be there, along with a load of other stuff. Loads of other stuff. Do a search, your favourite game, it might be there. At the time of recording, we've done about 150, maybe a few more of this one. So there we go. Didn't own the system back in the day. I was a rubber keyboard ZX Spectrum 48K. But if I'd been 2 years younger, I might have had this one first. But I'm enjoying seeing it for what it's worth. I mean, they're an 8-bit system, but sometimes it feels like 4-bit, which isn't a thing. Don't seem that refined, but you know, there's still some quite great fun games on this one. And it's all about the nostalgia. If you had the games back in the day, it's not just about the game, it's about where you were at that point. Less worries probably, less things to worry about, and you know, back being a kid, which was great fun. Christmas was great fun as a kid, wasn't it? Star Wars and bikes and Smarties. Hooray! There we go, back to the middle you diddles. So you know if you want to track this one down or not. I don't know how rare it is on the outside world. The bloke's air tank seemed to last forever here, not like scuba dive where he has to keep going back up to the surface every now and again. Let's close the cage. Mousetrap I mentioned. It's a bit like a maze game where you can be a cat, or well, change from a cat to a dog, and you can open and close the various bits of the maze that reconfigures slightly. But I'm just a scuba diving man, going around collecting full stops really. The Loch Ness Monster hasn't turned up once, has he? I think maybe I might have been conned there, but I'm sure he might do sometimes. But he's not turning up today. Maybe I wasn't collecting anything and just kept buzzing around. But I'm not living long enough, I don't think. So the Loch Ness Monster is in seawater in this tropical island instead of a loch in Scotland. I mean, how would he get here? He couldn't swim from a loch to the sea. It's no outlet. He'd have to get on a train or an airplane. Now, if I had a seat next to Loch Ness Monster on a plane, I think I'd notice, especially if I had the window seat, the aisle seat. I need to go to the toilet. Excuse me, can you move, Loch Ness Monster? I need to go to the loo. I mean, that's bound to be a bit of a problem, is it? If you ever sat next to Loch Ness Monster on a plane and struggled to get past him to go to the toilet, then comment in the comment section below. It's all about all experiences there. Retro gaming is a crazy, utterly crazy world. And if you're an nincompoop like me, you've got to the end of the video. Well, I had to get to the end of the video because I was talking all over it. There we go. But I'm sure there'll be footage of this without talking over it, and maybe some with sensible talk on it. But this is one which is stress busting, playing as a kid, with nonsense all over the top. Hooray for us and everyone that's subscribed. Yippity doo-dah, dippity dip-dop dippity boo. Right, to the centre, we know this, don't we? To the shark cage. Oh man, it's the same thing. Yes. It would have entertained me a little bit as a kid, but it wouldn't have been my favourite game. I might have gone back to it once in a blue moon, but it's not one to really track down and pay any serious cash for an auction, the real life cartridge, unless of course you've got those memories. So 67 points, that's the furthest I got so far. I've been eaten by a shark and it's game over, big nose, but I prefer the film Jaws, so watch Jaws instead. But anyway, it's alright for a quick go there. So hope you like having a look at that one. Very old game, Shark Attack on the Atari 2600, published by Apollo, not the boxer from the Rocky films, but a company, Apollo, in 1982. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro? Then put that in the comment section below. Always love reading your comments there. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
If you are currently stuck underneath the sea under a big layer of slime and can't escape while a shark goes backward and forward trying to eat your bottom, then comment in the comment section below.